What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be going over the tools, utensils, everything that I use for cleaning and pressing. Now, as I've stated before, your process that you pick up over time, you may end up using different products, but I'm going to share with you the things that I have to help you get started. The first things we're going to go over is the must-haves, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail on some of the other stuff. So the first thing that we want to go over is the Dirt Eraser. Right? So I use the Absorbing Dirt Eraser, which a lot of these things you can find on Amazon and any other website. I'm not going to promote a brand. I'm not going to promote a store, but that is the one I use. Okay. The biggest thing for the Dirt Eraser, this is going to help you remove those dirt and stray marks and things like that on your colors. Okay. The next thing that I use is going to be the Detailed Eraser. As you can see, this is the one I use. This is the Tombow eraser, and it's fantastic. You can get the refills. I believe it's a 12 pack for like $7. It's a really good product. It's going to get you into those smaller little nooks and crannies and help you out. The next one is going to be the Pentel Elite Eraser. You can buy these in packs of 3s. Love this. This is going to be, your meat grinder basically. This is the one that's going to take care of most of the dirty work. I purchase these most out of everything. The next thing that we're looking at is going to be your cotton rounds. What this is for, this is going to be for your buffing. This is also going to pick up any dirt that your Dirt Eraser doesn't get, your erasers don't get. And also it's going to help polish that cover, right? We talked about before, you can't return the gloss, but this is going to help buff it out kind of like you would on your car. So what I'm going to show you here, I use what is referred to as a clamshell press, right? So the one that you're seeing here, this is what I use. Now I've been told the swing press is the one to go with, but that's the one I started with, and I have perfected my craft using this, so I'm just going to stick with it. Now, like I said, it is preferred to use, amongst other people, the swing one. Now, as you see in this picture, this is the swing one. Now, with this one, it's going to prevent that mush effect, I guess you could say, where it pushes it down. That's why I recommend, when using the clamshell one, to put the spine to the rear. But it's to each his own, right? Go with what you feel most comfortable with. And like I said, I am most comfortable with the clamshell. So that's the one I do go with. So the next part would be getting magazine backer boards, right? So as you see in the video where we do the press, I use the backer boards as the top and bottom, and also use it behind the cover. So get yourself a pack of those. And then also you're going to be using your parchment paper, right? Parchment paper sheets. The one pictured is the brand I go with. Once again, you're just looking for a heat transfer paper, something that's going to make sure that your covers don't stick to those magazine backer boards. So you can get them packs of 200, I believe. I've only had to buy 2 of those since I started doing this. And then lastly, for your regular pressing process, we're going to be using a steamer, right? We've talked about using a humidity chamber, which I believe in the future we are going to be going over building one of those, and then we'll go through that experience together. But as of right now, I use the humidity or the steamer for the humidity for my books. Now, if you're ready to jump in and you're ready to go, and you want to get in a little bit more advanced, what I suggest purchasing will be regular printer paper, right? As you see here, any kind of printer paper, doesn't matter. You get a huge stack or a ream or whatever you want to call it, and that will be used as for pulling your stains out when we do the wet press. The next thing you want to do is you're going to get the hydrogen peroxide. As I show here, this is a little spray bottle, easiest way to apply it. And make sure that you get your hydrogen peroxide that is 3%, okay? And then also what you're going to do is you're going to get distilled water. So with the distilled water, what I do is I take out, we're using math, I guess, You want to do 90, 10%. That's what I do. All I'm doing is to make sure that I'm getting less than 3% hydrogen peroxide that I'm going to be applying to my comic books. So getting the hydrogen peroxide spray bottle and your distilled water and then mixing that for future use. That's something that we'll go over in that video. Lastly, you're also going to want to get 65-pound cardstock. Okay. That's also going to be used for the wet press. This right here, you can also get a ream. It doesn't matter the brand. Just want to make sure no less than 65 pounds, no more than 82 pounds. I have used 100-pound paper. I don't get the results I really want because what you're doing with those is you're creating that sandwich effect, and it also does pull your stains, your foxing, and things like that out. So the 65-pound has worked excellent for me. Once again, a lot of these, products, you're going to figure it out on your own, right? So, with your presses, always recommend 155 degrees, right? And the reason why is that's what works for mine. So when you're going through the process and you're doing all your practice books and you're getting different results, you're going to find that right temperature, right? Start with a 155 and then work from there. You may get better results out of 165. You may get better results out of 145. It all depends on the press, the utilities you use, the paper quality, all of that good stuff. It's going to work out with over time. And as I've stated, I'm hopefully just a starting point for you guys. If you take this information, you work with those practice books and you move forward, you're going to get that product that you like. You're going to get your craft and you are going to get to where you want it, and you're only going to better yourself. Now, the few things that I want to add extra, by no means these are just things that I use to kind of help me out. So when you're doing multiple books, we've said before, leaving the book in your press for a minimum of 3 hours is going to get the best result. Now, when I'm doing multiple books and I'm trying to knock out, 10 books in a day, that's 30 hours. I'm not going to be able to do that. So what you see pictured here, what I purchased on Amazon is 2 1/4-inch plexiglass, right? 12 by 12 to make sure we could fit any of the books that we do into here. And then you can apply these into that plexiglass and leave it off to the side. Go for your cold press and start on your next book. And then lastly, so when I do all my wiping, cleaning everything, not just the books, I like the Viva paper towels. These paper towels, they have really good qualities to them. They're very resilient. Also, when I do apply the hydrogen peroxide and you want to use something to wipe up, I feel like I get the best results with Viva. So those two things, those are just extra. Those are things that you can have on your side that can improve your process just by quality of life. So all the other stuff, those are standard. That's what I do. And if you want to get your best results, I would suggest starting with these things. Now, you're going to be able to go and watch other YouTube videos, read other boards, and people are going to tell you different things, which is totally fine, which you should. I shouldn't be your sole basis for starting, but that's what I hope we can do through this process to get you started, and then, perfect your craft, and hopefully, maybe get to the point where you do something, you tell me, and then I'll take it up. So, but I will see you guys on the next video. If you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, just leave a comment and I'll get right back to you.